Welcome to the White Rabbit YouTube channel. We're back again with another video to hopefully help you create the best in your life. Um, Today, we're going to be talking about how to just be okay, because there's a lot of times in our lives where we're not okay, and there are some people who are in a constant state of not being okay. And while one important thing is to know that it is okay to not be okay, it's also good to know that there is a state in life in which you can be okay. Um, it's difficult to talk about some of these things just because the way that our Western culture is kind of conditioned us into kind of reserving our feelings and stuff and then not asking for help. But you know, it is okay to ask for help. So if you ever need help, uh, reach out to someone close to you, reach out to me, whatever it is, just so that, we can all rely on each other and help each other create a better world. And one thing that can help us is starting to step away from the things that society tells us, kind of like how you need to have a family, you need to have a good job, the nicest car, the nicest house, all these possessions and stuff. And quickly you'll learn that these possessions don't fulfill us, and if anything, chasing them leads to more suffering than if we kind of understand why we search for these things. And for this kind of a sense of fulfillment, because honestly, uh, you're just all of us, we're just looking for some sort of happiness or to feel okay, which is why we do the things we do, or maybe we turn to substances or uh, pleasures to give us that sort of fulfillment, even if it is temporary. And then shortly after, we figure out that, it is only temporary, and we kind of want to create a lasting sense of that, but in a happier way, in a healthier way, because uh, we want these things, but the way we strive for them may not be the most wise. And so it's about learning the information that can help us just create the best in our lives. And a lot of those things is once you stop chasing material things and realize, whether you know it or not, you are complete the way you are now. You don't need to change it, become some better version of yourself to be complete, to be who you are. And when you stop relying on, oh, I have to be this way, I have to have these things, I have to do this, whatever it is, those things, you can tell already it creates a lot of stress and suffering in your life, because you're never good enough, or you're maybe not where you think you should be in your life. And all it does is create a certain sense of suffering, and that where happiness is not where you are. And so you're constantly chasing for this happiness just to have a sense of being okay. And then at the end of the day, it's even worse. And we want to get out of that downward spiral and kind of make ourselves go up so that we can see the greater things in life, enjoy life, and know that it's worth living, because a lot of people don't feel that way right now. Some people are just trapped under uh, society standards or monetary system, and being stuck in a bad place financially. And all these things are very daunting when we're trying to make the best out of our life. Um, and so some of the things that kind of help me uh, be okay um, is knowing that everything's okay. Like, if you look at, even if you're at a point in your life where it maybe isn't the best, like, you are alive and everything is okay. Um, so you can kind of take solace in the fact that, you can, um, I guess what I'm trying to say is there's not a whole lot that you can do to open someone's eyes when they're in such a poor state of mental being, because the way that they're seeing the world is definitely has a way darker tint to it. And when you're at those stages, kind of a lot of the things that I closed my eyes to when I was in very deep, dark states, I kind of try to think about what could have even helped me see the light. And um, sometimes you, we just need to figure out what it is inside of ourselves, because no one knows you quite like you do. And so, you are almost the best kind of signification to tell you what is wrong and what you need. Do you need someone by your side? Do you need a piece of information? Do you need some advice to help you live a better life? And whenever you figure out what that is, you need to self reflect and see what it is and where maybe you can grab those things from. Whether you need just someone to listen or to feel like you matter, or do you need someone to tell you those things, because a lot of the times we don't feel that way, or we feel inferior. And again, those are things that create a lot of suffering as well. So, all I want to say is to be okay is to stop chasing pleasure, because you're not going to find. And I mean, you can see it in your own personal experience that chasing pleasure is just ends up hurting even more. And so, one thing I want people to reflect on is, does it matter where you are in your life if you're happy? Does it matter if you have the nicest stuff or the best job if you're happy? Because if you're happy, do any of those things really matter? If you have a life where you're like, okay, I'm barely making enough to go by, maybe I have a few friends, whatever it is, but if you're happy, does it matter what your social life is, what your life situation is? And a lot of people will be like, well, no, because I'm happy. So if that's the case, then maybe it's just trying to be happy in the moment with what you have now. Because if everything you have now is enough, it's inevitable that greater things will happen just because of that belief. So honestly, know that right now you are enough, you're worth it. Like, you don't have to change. Obviously, we can always improve ourselves a little bit, but that doesn't take away from you who you are now, and that being enough. Um, Whatever it is that you're going through in your life, you will get through. You have up until this point, and so rejoice in that, and knowing that life isn't going to throw anything at you that you can't handle, and it's been that way this whole time. So honestly, uh, just take some solace in the fact that uh, you've been able to make it to this point, and greater things are coming. So I think I'm just going to leave it at that. Please, if you have any topics you want to talk about, because really while I don't have the biggest viewer base and a lot of people who are commenting and telling, seeing what I can do to help improve their lives, I'm kind of just going off rants of what feels like I should talk about. And so, of course, if you want a topic that you want me to talk about and kind of go in depth about, because I have a lot of knowledge and passion about these kinds of things just to increase the quality of your life. But of course, you always need to attack one step at a time. And sometimes I'm so passionate about doing this work that I just trail off into a whole bunch of different sort of topics. So I'll leave it at that. Please continue watching. If you made it to this point, thank you so much, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. If you need anything, comment, email, whatever it is. If you want a one-on-one to where we just talk personally, we can do that, and I can kind of show you the experiences I've gone through that make life worth living. Or if you're going through something, you need someone to listen, or you want some advice on how to better your life, then let's go ahead and do that. Thank you very much, and have a wonderful day.